been some concern in the reselling community about whether or not it is safe to sell Disney products in your store. Now, we are people who always promote selling Disney items, especially Disney park items, so we want to go through all of the controversy right now so you guys can determine whether or not you feel it is safe to sell Disney products for you.
Now, before we want to start this off, you are uniquely qualified for this in a few ways, not the least of which is that you're a Disney adult, and for those of you wondering, yes, I married her anyway.
Yeah. So, yes. So, we should establish perspective here because I do think that our perspective is pretty unique. And if you want a different perspective that doesn't necessarily agree with us, and I think it's really important to get all sides of this story, make sure that you check the link on the screen here. This is where we found out about some of this controversy, and I think it's really important to get all perspectives. But for me, where I stand, I am, yes, a Disney adult. I guess that is the word to use, although that might be, is that an insult? I don't know. I feel like it's an insult in the community these days.
I mean, it was intended as one, so.
I did work at Disney World for a bit. I'm going to try to pop a picture on the screen here. I have gone to Disney World every few years since I was 5 years old, and I have been a collector of Eeyore, specifically Eeyores that you can find in the Disney parks for a very long time. So I am, by all intents and purposes, a Disney adult, and I think I am probably one of the groups they are targeting with one of the things they are doing that resellers might be a little bit angry about. So our perspective is unique. Now, do you like Disney?
Disney's fine. I mean, the first time I ever went, I was basically an adult. I was 15, I think. So I missed the boat quite a bit on Disney.
Yeah.
A little bit.
So definitely our perspective is unique, and I just want to make sure that that is very clear up front because, yeah, that definitely colors what we're about to say. But let's start with the first controversy, which I don't think there is any differing perspective. It just is what it is.
Yeah, don't steal from Disney. They will come for you, they will find you, and they will do unspeakably horrible things to make you stop.
This topic actually came to us at first by our Facebook group. And if you're not part of it, it is $1 a month. And there is a link in the description below. But there is a comment right here where we were asked whether or not Disney was safe to sell.
Yeah, I mean, people are very concerned. It's a huge brand. It's up there with Nike and just other staple bread and butter brands that you can sell. That
it's one of our top sellers.
Yeah, it's a huge deal.
So there is a graphic going around the community. I will try and put it up on the screen. And people have been posting it saying, what does this mean? It basically insinuates that Disney is coming and going to sue resellers or something like that. And everyone has been scared. What does this mean? Does this mean that my item can be veroed? Does this mean that Disney is going to come and sue me personally? What does this mean? What can I do? And so I did go and track down where this original picture came from to figure out exactly what this means. And no, Disney is not coming for you as an individual reseller selling genuine, authentic products in your store. What Disney is doing is they are going after people who are infringing on their copyright.
So with the first controversy that we're going to be covering, I mean, the case is being talked about. The gentleman that was on TikTok or somewhere on social media complaining that his family is no longer going to be supported and Disney's just going after the little guy, and how could they do that, is selling Mickey ears. Like, he's literally marketing Disney products that are not Disney products. So
yes. So a lot of the comments on that TikTok story is essentially Mickey Mouse ears cannot be copyrighted because they are mouse ears and they're just mice. You can't copyright mice. And now that's true to a point, right? So you can't copyright mice ears. That's just a mouse.
Is it mice or mouse ears?
I don't know. What is it? Mice, mouse?
It's the mouse's ears, but
mouse's ears.
Because they're multiple, is it mice's ears?
I don't know. Guys, help. I don't know. I feel like I'm in...
Mises?
No. I don't know. Let us know. But regardless, you can go ahead and make a version of mouse ears in your shop that has no connection to Mickey. What you can't do is use the word Mickey Mouse when you're marketing this, and you can't make them in Mickey Mouse's likeness. So that can really take a lot of forms, and it really depends on your own interpretation. So I guess proceed with caution on that.
It's basically, if someone could confuse them for Mickey ears, don't do it, because literally that is their thing. I mean, mice ears don't look like black circles on your head. That's not a thing. They look like normal ears.
So
copyright, trademark. Yeah, genuine trademark Disney Mickey merchandise is still going to be fine. What they're doing is they're cracking down on people that are benefiting from their established iconic figures, Mickey and everything, and making knockoff products. So making Mickey ears or making anything, even at your house for yourself, for a passion project that involves Disney, they're going to come after you because it's not their product.
Yeah, so if you're trying to make profit off of their individual IP, that is going to be something they're going to come for you for. I know Etsy sellers are probably the most impacted by this because a lot of Etsy sellers will do custom products, which are really great and awesome to see. But of course, if they are infringing on copyright, they are subject to being sued by Disney. I think Disney does this to protect their property so that there is no, having maybe profanity with a Mickey Mouse or something like that where they have to worry about the way that they're presented. So they just say, no, don't do it. Do not infringe. And yeah, so if you're not selling anything like that, you don't have to worry. The other thing that this will cover, however, is if you're selling counterfeit Disney products and you don't know it. So there are things out in the world. T-shirts really kind of pop up as something really common, but you're going to look at plushes, things like that, where somebody may have made this, or maybe it was made in an offshoot store some way, somehow. It says Disney on it, but it's not authentic Disney. Disney will also come for you for that. Now, of course, all brands do this, but Disney is really cracking down. They are looking for this. So if you are selling Disney products, you have to be sure that they are authentic, because they will come for you. They will Vero you. And it does say that they will sue you. I don't know if I really believe that, but
you don't mess with the mouse. You don't mess with Mickey. Nope. No, thank you.
That's well known in the world.
They have better lawyers than we do, and no. Their standpoint is that it is something that they've worked very hard for to establish and maintain over the last however many decades, and no one else should be able to benefit from their product and their intellectual property. Also, there's no quality control. There's no oversight that they have to make sure that everyone has a positive experience when you think of Disney, if you have a bad experience with a counterfeit item.
Yeah. So all that to say, just make sure it's authentic and don't make knockoffs for your own benefit. The second thing. Now, this is the one I know is controversial, and please start a conversation in the comments. I would love to talk to you guys. I would love to hear your thoughts, because I know that I'm going to be in a controversial spot now. But the video we linked to you is talking about the fact that Disney is starting to crack down on resellers coming into their parks and buying out products of new releases or limited run, things like that, and reselling them on the secondhand marketplace. This article, which I'm going to pop here for you, is basically saying if you do this, you risk being banned for life from the parks. So, I mean, do you want to start? His opinion.
So I have a very, very strong opinion on this, because it is incredibly insensitive and, in my view, ethically wrong to buy out something that you have access to for living close to Disney and then sell it at an extortionate markup. We've all seen the problems around Christmas time with the PlayStations and the Xboxes, where people buy them out, buy 5 or 6 copies, and then mark them up 100, 200, 300%, and you're paying 3 times the price for something that is not available.
Are you a little bitter about missing out on some consoles, or what's going on here?
That may be reflecting in my rage, to be fair, but it's not a nice thing to do. I mean, if you wanted to do that and mark it up a little bit for the time and effort of going to Disney, and if you buy something for $20 or $50 and you mark it up 25-30%, that's not so much a problem, because there's cost to going to Disney. I'm talking about the scalping, the extortion, the basically I have it, no one else has it, you pay what I want type attitude, which is just wrong.
Yes. Now, I will say that I have a few different opinions based on my different experience at Disney. So first of all, working there, I did very much see back then, when they didn't really have these rules in place, they did try and limit to 2 per person, but that didn't always work so well. They didn't have these in place as well. People would come in and they would want to purchase a limited run item, or they would want to purchase something that just got newly released, and then it was bought out before they even got a chance to get to the store, sometimes as quick as the first 10 minutes of being opened.
Yeah.
And people were really upset. You know, they only get to come to Disney once in maybe a lifetime, once every few years, whatever the case may be. They came for this specific reason or found out about it while they were here and they were super excited about it. And they don't even get a chance because people are coming in and buying it out. It did ruin a lot of people's vacation. We had a lot of people complaining. And it was really difficult because there's nothing we can do as workers there. All we can do is say, I'm sorry, they were bought out. So I definitely feel for people there. Also, as a collector, I mean, one of the things we are looking for is the dates on the paw of Eeyore or other things like that, where it tells you that this is an exclusive park item that can only be purchased on this year or this month or whatever the special exclusive thing is. And one of the reasons that that is so special is because it shows that you were in the park at that time, and it shows that not everybody can have this. This is a really rare exclusive item to have in your collection, which is just invaluable. It's amazing, and you kind of the thrill of the hunt, the thrill of the whole thing. And when somebody comes in and buys everything out and you have no option, no chance to get this, it's really disappointing as a collector. It's really sad because I really wanted that for my shelf. I didn't want it to sell or resell. So it can really be very disappointing when something like that happens. Now, looking at the video that we did link to you guys, one of the things that he had stated was, why can Disney make money off of these products and sell them at a markup? Because of course that's what they're doing. And we can't do the same. We are giving access as resellers to people who may not have had the option to come to the park. So everyone knows the parks are really expensive. It can be really difficult to get to. So you are making this more widely available. How do you feel about that?
So there's a couple things that I have a problem with. So, I mean, there's nothing wrong with buying several of them and making them more accessible to other people by having a slight markup. That I don't have a problem with that. It's the extortion. It's the significant markup over the retail price, 2, 3, however many hundreds of times. You're pricing someone out if they were able to buy it for $25 and you're now charging $100. That can be the difference from someone being able to justify that expense versus not. The other part of it is, if it's a limited run, that defeats the whole purpose of having an exclusive item. If you're asking Disney to make more of the item, like it becomes less valuable as a collector's item. The other part of it is, why can Disney sell the things that they sell? Because they're their things. They own those things. Like, I can sell my car, you can't sell my car.
It's true.
Unless I agree to it. Like, that's just common sense. Like, it's a thing that they own.
Now, do you think that because this is a problem, Disney should just not make limited runs? They should just make it everything widely available to everyone?
I think the best system they have is what they're doing right now, trying to limit the number of items that you can purchase in bulk. So maybe you have to come back or hit multiple stores and hope that they haven't sold out by the time you get to the front of the line again. I think that's a more fair system. For online, I know that people run bots and other programs to buy them out in seconds, and sometimes, and that's just you can't compete with that.
That's true. And I mean, as a collector, I would like to see the limited runs continue, but I mean, also I understand the want to have access to more people. So it's really tough for me, but I do think that it makes sense why they're doing this. They have been combating this for a long time. I worked there almost, oh my God, I'm old, probably over 10 years ago now, and it was definitely a problem then. So so it's been quite a long time that they have been battling this issue. Now, this particular article is talking about Disney Tokyo, but of course, this only means that it could be coming to us soon. I should state that Disney Tokyo licenses Disney. They are not a specific Disney-owned, Disney-run park. They are licensed, so they do have different rules. So it could be all hubbubaloo for nothing. But, you know, as resellers, we like to look at these things and see, what does this mean for us? So going back to the beginning of the video, what does this mean for resellers? Do we have to change what we are selling? Do we have to be concerned? I sell a lot of Disney park items. It's one of my favorite things to purchase. So do we have to be concerned?
Short answer is no. If you're finding genuine items secondhand to resell, there's never going to be a case where that is prohibited that I can see. I mean,
things can always change, but as of right now,
things can change. But if you find a genuine secondhand item and buy it, it is your item to do with as you will. You could light it on fire if you want. You could sell it. You could keep it. It's yours. You own that item. So Disney has lost their ability to tell you what to do with the item once you've purchased it.
Right. As long as you are selling it genuinely, you're not using any of their copyrighted material, which includes stock photos, which includes their emblem, you know, their little
trademark.
Disney
You can't
emblem.
use their logos. And
None of those things. If you're not doing any of that, you're perfectly safe. It is okay to sell. If that ever changes down the road, we will obviously tell you right away as soon as we find out. But right now, I have had absolutely no issues, no Veros, no nothing, and I don't anticipate that happening anytime soon. So I am really curious what you guys think about this, because this has caused so many controversies in the community. I've seen it in almost every Facebook group. So I am really curious what you guys think. So please let us know in the comments below. So I'm really curious what you guys think about this. Please let us know, and feel free to completely disagree. We love having comments and conversations in the comments. And if you want to know what is selling for us, what are we picking up for Disney, and is it even worth money? Click the link on the screen here for an amazing Disney find that we got at the thrift store.